church that introduces people to the real Jesus. That's our mission. It's who we are. And we put that mission into action by sharing the love and hope that Christ gave us and pouring it back into our community, our nation, and our world. Today we've got some stories reporting on the real Jesus movement happening in and through our church. First, we'll hang out with a group of GO team members who just got back from a Love Your Neighbor missions trip to Brazil. We'll hear about the work they did and the work God did in their hearts. Then we'll visit with Chris and Brittany Turner, who are leading our brand new campus in Broken Arrow.
Hey guys, good to see you again. So today we're going to talk a little bit about our team. We had 14 of us that packed up and went down to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil to work with Igreja United. It's a thriving church that's growing in Brazil. We got to be a part of not only seeing all their campuses in action, but we actually got to be a part of helping build up one of their campus. I mean, if you didn't know how to do drywall before and framing and painting and all the things that we did, I mean, we learned some skills on that trip. You, Joy, have been on quite a few trips, and what do you think were your expectations going in, and then what did God do?
Because we traveled with like a smaller group of people, it was like a little bit more intimate, and I was really kind of worried because I tend to be a little bit more of an introvert. I found out that we kind of like share a lot of the same struggles and things, and I'm like, oh, I'm not alone in the world. What
are some ways on this trip that you really feel like maybe you grew in either freedom or got to know God better, or maybe discovered some things about your purpose?
The day-to-day conversations we had with them were so challenging to me because they have this emphatic faith. One girl talked about walking 2 hours to get to a volunteer meeting at church. And I just realized how comfortable I'd gotten in certain areas of my life. And it challenged me, and then I didn't realize that everyday conversations that we were having with her were challenging her and her calling from God. And it was just the body of Christ encouraging each other in normal conversations.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we went down there to feeling like we were going to serve them and to make a change in their lives, and to build them up. But by the second day, I realized that it was me that was being ministered to and served and cared for.
We took our next step, right? You came on this trip, you sacrificed time, money, energy, resources, and you said, God, use me. I'm gonna jump in, and I'm not really sure what it looks like, but I'm willing to do it. And this is amazing. God is always faithful to show up in a big way in response to that sacrifice. It would be a mistake for us to go raise money and go halfway around the world, but not be able to come back to our local community and really utilize the thing that God did in our heart. Thank you for being obedient. Thank you for stepping out. Thank you for following God's voice. And I just think, what God did on the return is far more than we could ever describe.
We launched this past weekend. It was incredible. We had nearly 800 people there. We had a lot of new families out at Broken Arrow and got to meet a lot of new people. And so really excited about what we get to do in Broken Arrow.
The lobby vibe is really cool. It's super open with a bunch of windows. There's a ton of people just welcoming each other and kind of showing people around. The vibe seemed energetic and fun.
So one thing that's really cool about this past weekend is it wasn't like a transplant from our other campuses to Broken Arrow. Across all of our campuses, we didn't drop in attendance. We went out and reached people that are not regularly coming to our other campuses. So we really got to see how valuable our reach into Broken Arrow gets to be. We've taken it from just a centralized place. It's what we've done in Glenpool. Now it's what we get to do in Broken Arrow is extend our reaches into places where people maybe otherwise wouldn't have an opportunity to meet the real Jesus.
It truly is all about going out and loving on the people in the community.
I want to thank everyone out of Broken Arrow, all of our GO team members and small group leaders. They're the ones that made this happen. They're the ones that got this church off the ground, and they're the ones that are going to keep it moving. And they set the pace of our church, and they've set an incredible pace here at the beginning.
It's stories like these that show us how our mission goes beyond just what happens on the weekends. It's about what happens in the hearts of our people. Thank you, Church on the Move. Thank you for the way that you give, the way that you serve, the way that you pray. Together, we are introducing people to the real Jesus.